Bandana Grandma here, looking kind of rough. I just scrubbed my face, put my hair in a ponytail, threw on my grubbies because I have a dirty job to take care of. And I don't want to show you because I'm embarrassed. And it's my own fault. I do it every year. In the winter time, my back screen porch becomes a catch-all. I just throw everything out. What do I do with this? I don't know. Throw it on the back porch. Now it's time to pay the piper. I did a similar video to this a year ago because I did the same exact thing. Bad bandana. So I'm gonna pan my extremely messy back porch and start working on it. My only saving grace is that it's going to look a whole lot better before the end of the day. So here we go. Yikes! Alright, we're going to start here. A bunch of boxes I got to get rid of. Now I can use them in the garden to cover up, weeds and make a layered lasagna thing. I've done that already with some of them, but these are boxes from Christmas and from grocery shopping, and I just got to break them down and get rid of them. Storage of clothes there. This is a shelving unit I brought out here because I wanted to paint it, and I didn't get it painted, so of course it became a catch-all for more junk. There's a fan down there I need to clean up and use. There's actually a shoe rack behind it full of my husband's old sneakers. Those two baskets store candles and linens. Oh, this is bad. Another fan I need to clean up and get going. That pan, I hate to tell you, but it was burning on my stove about 3 weeks ago, and I brought it out here because it was smoking and forgot about it. Oh my. And that's a box of stuff that's going to the Goodwill. Some gardening things that got thrown on that little cabinet. And this table it's got a bunch of gardening stuff on it because this is where I was starting seedlings earlier, and I left it a mess. And this table has a brand new turning composter on it that I got for a steal online, 25 bucks, and it was like a $180 composter. I'll tell you that story sometime. But I never got it put together, and I'm not even sure I can do it on my own, but that has to be done. And another box, that's what the composter came in, and our cooler, extra chairs, another box, another fan to clean. You know how they get all dusty when you run them? Well, that's full of it and I've got to clean it. More chairs, an extra TV. Every surface is just covered with stuff. Those buckets I'm going to use for making liquid fertilizer with fish emulsion and liquid compost, and storing food in the basement. Top of my freezer, another catch-all full of stuff. It's really bad. So I'm swallowing my pride once again. And this is a nice space when it's all cleaned up, and we love using it, coming out here to eat and everything. So that's a big inspiration to get it done. But will I ever learn my lesson and not let it get in this state during the winter? Oh my goodness. So, how do you eat an elephant? This job seems overwhelming. Well, of course, the answer is one bite at a time. So, I'm going to start right here with the boxes and get started now. It's raining like crazy out there. Well, it let up a little bit. I'll let you see. You can probably hear it. See the wind? All my fruit trees are blowing. You see, I started cleaning. I got boxes I'm getting rid of there. Here's my veggie gardens. Some of them are planted, some are not. Those are raspberry bushes up there. I've got a dozen fruit trees, dwarf fruit trees. And so that's my messy yard right now. It's going to be pretty by summer. I just made a new bed around the espalier fruit trees here. I'm making a espalier fruit tree pickable living fence to grow around our seating area here. And then I dug a flower bed around the bottom, and flowers will be coming up there. And that area over there that looks kind of all empty, that's all going to be fresh cut flowers in there. And I've got a fig tree, and I've got berries. Yeah, it'll be pretty after a while. But right now, we've got rain. All right, here's my messy porch. It's terrible. What I've done so far is I took all the bedding off the bed, washed it all. I pulled the bed out. I pulled this cabinet out, and I swept all under here, and I hosed it all down and scrubbed it with the broom, and then put the bed back and the cabinet back and the rug down. And so then I continued out, and while there's stuff on there now because I'm moving it, this has all been, down here, it's all been hosed, swept and hosed. But I still got to get rid of stuff. And this table, this mess, is a brand new tumbling composter. And I haven't put it together. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put it together by myself, but I got a steal of a deal on it. It's a $189 composter, and I think Walmart online had made a mistake a few months ago, and they advertised it for $25. And a bunch of us saw it and grabbed them, and they honored it, and I was able to get it for 25 bucks. So that was a steal. But I got to figure out how to put it together. And over here is where I've done my, you've seen me do my seedlings when I plant seedlings and stuff, but I got junk on there while I'm cleaning. You know how things get messier before they get better? That couch is full of junk I'm throwing out. Bags of trash and that old pillow, that's going out. That corner has stuff going to the Goodwill. These fans I already took apart and cleaned, so they're all ready to go. I've just got junk everywhere. I'm pulling up this carpet. I had to pull it up to wash the floor on the other end. But this is going to be the hard part. Underneath those boxes is a heavy generator, and I'm going to have to get that out of there by myself and move the tables and the baskets, and they're heavy. They're loaded with candles and picture frames and storage like that. And then I want to take this freezer and put it over in that corner, because I don't like coming out my bedroom door here and having this freezer in the way of seeing my side garden. So I just want to stick it in the corner and get rid of it out of the way. So that's my plan. It's your imagination. I think you can see that this can be a really nice space to have. When it's cleaned up, we have a table here with the chairs around and flowers on it, and we eat out here. I take my naps over there on the day bed, and all this is cleaned up, and the floor will be looking nice, and I'll have a nice seating area here. Can you see it with your imagination? It'll be nice. Okay, I'm going to check your comments before I start. All right. Oh, you're going to expect me to be a regular live chatter now? You know, let me get on here. I don't mind it. I kind of like it, but I have to be in a confident mood. Sometimes I get very not so confident. But yes, North Dakota Pink, it is working, and I am so happy. The garden will be beautiful, Kanzi. It's not too much to look at now, but it will be. All right. Shred up their boxes and become good fire starters. Yeah, I don't know if you probably couldn't see, but up at the very end of my garden by that far fence, I have cardboard all laid down, killing some of the weeds and stuff, so I can do another bed there. And we also saved some for our fire pit, which is in the middle of those chairs out there. Raining here too in Ohio, Claire says. Good morning, boxer lover. Snow? Kenzie, I don't know where you are. Where are you? I wish I had porch fairies, Anna. Anna, I wish I had porch fairies, but you know, my kitchen fairies, I think they're in a union. They won't clean out on the porch. I like my compost to be on the ground to draw worms and feed on the compost and break it down. I agree with you, Grizz. In fact, that's what I've had all the time. But I couldn't pass up that deal, so maybe I'll do both, you know. I've got a box over there full of plastic bags where I've been saving my kitchen waste. That's not a good thing. I've been wanting to get this thing put together. Normally I would take that kitchen waste and I'd dump it out with the leaves in my bins out there. I've got pallet bins. I keep forgetting that this is where you see me. I have pallet bins out in the corner that are loaded with leaves, and usually I mix it in there. I think I'm going to do both. Some people tell me you can mix it quicker if you do it in the turny tumbler thing. So we'll try it both ways. Rain, rain, rain. Wow, 11 inches. Yeah, you're right. Compost turns over easy with the fork. Okay. Leaves. I use leaves all the time. In the fall, we have a leaf sucker thing that chops up the leaves. And sometimes my husband will do that. He'll suck up the leaves with our leaf vac. And it has a little blade thingy in it that chops them up and puts them in a bag. And I put them over my strawberry beds all winter to kind of protect them. And then I put the rest in the compost pile. And in the spring, they're broken down enough that I use them just as compost everywhere. And I have an oak tree, and that's not the most recommended kind of use. They said it's not the best, but I haven't had any problems with it. Yeah, the cardboard, putting the wood chips on top of the cardboard, that's right. I threw weeds on top. I had pulled a lot of weeds out. I didn't have any more wood chips, so I put cardboard down, and then I threw the pulled out weeds on top to kind of hold it down. I don't want to hear that about snakes. I have a video about a snake that came here. It was huge. I had come around the corner of this porch here, walking on the outside, and right here, between my door and the corner, was this huge snake. It was just a black snake, but it had to be 8 feet long at the least. It was huge. And of course I jumped back and I recognized, okay, it's a black snake. It's not going to hurt me. It's supposed to be good for the gardens and getting rodents and things like that, so I wasn't going to try and kill it or anything. But I had a handyman here working out front on something, and I wanted to show him. So I went out front and brought him back, and by the time I got back, it was gone. And I thought it went under this porch because I had seen it peeking out from under there before. I didn't know how big it was. So I thought, oh, well, he went back under the porch. So I'll have to show you what happened. Hang on. All right, see that tree, my oak tree, over there, and that little table that's right by the oak tree? Well, right after that happened, I had gone out front and came back, and I had some plants I was going to pot on that little table right there. So I walked up to the table, and I put my pots on the table, and I started messing with them, and I looked up, and on that tree right there was that big snake, and it was like right in front of my nose, about, a foot away, and I jumped and screamed. It just startled me so. And the thing went up in the tree, and I didn't think anything of it. Well, I should have, because it killed every baby bird in the nest up in that tree. So now we're in a dilemma. I don't want to kill snakes, garden snakes, black snakes, but I want the baby birds to live. So what do you do? Now, Danny at Deep South told me to put sheet metal around the tree and then it probably won't be able to climb. I might try that. I don't know. You got any suggestions? Doing? Tell me. Is this rug, it's one of those plasticky indoor-outdoor rugs. I already pulled it back from under the freezer and under the tables, and I got it back this far. I'm going to have to move these baskets and get the rug out from under them. I'm not going to sort the baskets today. That'll be the next step. I'm just going to get things moved. These things are heavy. Really heavy. At least for me. This one is full of picture frames and pictures. My daughter's wedding, grandkids, my mom and dad. Pictures that I need to put in the basement instead of out here. They got moved out here because we had new flooring put down and they had been in the living room. And here they've sat. Whew. Which one? This one, okay, full of candles. All kinds of candles. So, this one's heavier. Oh boy, is it heavy. I'm going to try and walk it. What I got to do is get this rug out from under it. Okay. Good. Oh, you probably, I don't think you could see that. Oh, that was hard work. I'm going to be 67 years old next month. This old girl isn't as spry and strong as I used to be. Alright. Now this is a leaf or a shelf to my cabinet that I need to keep. And here's where the frugal me and the pack rat me interferes with the cleaning me. Let me see if I can move this. Okay, I got this table, and it's really useful because it's a tray table. I think I got two of them. This one had this break off. So, do I throw it out, or do I get the wood glue, glue it on, and clamp it? I say I get the wood glue, glue it on, and clamp it, because then I can use it. Now, is that a pack rat, or is that being frugal? So I'm going to keep this too until but I gotta be determined to fix it soon. Okay. There we go. Now, these are the fans that I cleaned a couple of days ago. I took them all apart. Took the screens off, took the blades off, everything, and I washed them. So, they're all done. Just got to get them out of the way so I can get this floor washed and the rug moved. Okay, here's another pack rat dilemma. I've got this KitchenAid coffee maker. Whew, I loved it in my kitchen. It was a gift from my daughter, but it didn't make the coffee hot enough. And I did all kinds of things, cleaning it out and putting new filters in, and so now I don't know. I don't think I'm going to keep it because we want hot coffee, and nothing I know how to do has fixed that. If I give it to the Goodwill, then somebody else is going to get coffee that isn't piping hot, so I don't know if that's fair. So tell me what you think I should do. Know a trick to fix it? Should I give it to the Goodwill and just tell them it makes it hot but not piping hot? Okay. This is a broken mirror. I am not the least bit superstitious, so don't give me any of that. But I don't know how to get rid of it, except to break it up in a box and seal it. Do you think that's what I should do? I don't want the trash bin to get cut. All these decisions you have to make. You can't just clean and get it done. You're kind of moving stuff around while you figure it out. 10:24, I've got 6 minutes. So, tell me how you dispose of stuff like this so you don't hurt anybody. I'll put it on top of my freezer for now. Alright, this table I already washed. This was another great buy I got. I got it at a yard sale, and I think it's from IKEA. It has 2 side leaves that come up, so it makes a full-size table for 6. There are little wooden chairs inside that collapse like folding chairs. There's supposed to be 4. I think I only got 2 with it. And when it was at the yard sale, it was covered in crayon scribbles. So they sold it to me for 15 bucks. And I think it sells for like 120 at IKEA. It was in good shape other than needing a good cleaning. And a little bit of baking soda and vinegar took all the crayon off. So now I have it out here, so when the family comes, we have a big family, 7 kids plus their spouses and boyfriends and the grandchildren. When we want to have a meal out here on the porch, we need to set up a couple of tables for sure. So I'm keeping this, but I gotta get the rug out from under it. And it is very heavy too. This table is very heavy. So let's see if I can finagle this. I got the hose out here and I just stepped on the sprayer and it's turned on. It's sprayed. Whoops. I'm using the hose to clean the floor. Okay. This may be like the Three Stooges, only there's only one of me here. Alright, let's see if I can get this over the rug. Without dropping it on my foot. I think maybe I have to walk it just in the end. Can you see me moving the freezer and the generator now after struggling with these? There, it's off the rug. 10:27. Okay. Whew, I'm gonna check the chat and then go in and watch the devotions. I just blocked my way with those baskets so I can't get back in the house. Alright, let me climb. And you're going to get dizzy looking at my mess in my ceiling. Alright, I'm going to move this so I can climb over the basket. There. Whew. Yeah, I get winded easy. But this is good exercise.
Okay.
Let me check the chat. All right. I don't have time to do all this now because I need to make devotions, but I'm coming back out here afterwards. If you want to watch more of the silly me cleaning my porch, I'll be here. Bye.